Listen, I don't want any more bullshit.
Oh man, shit is getting real. It's getting real. What's up, homies? What's up? Welcome back to the one, the only, the bullshit-free Colts podcast, the only place that you can hear all things Colts with 100% no coach speak, no PR, no spin, and of course, as always, 100% no fucking bullshit. I'm your man, Harkon Ajala, a.k.a. the bad boy genius at your motherfucking service, as always. And you know what? Let's chop it up, man, because everybody's been talking about it since Philip Rivers just suddenly retired, said he was not coming back, which I thought was odd at the time because, you know, Chris Ballard and Philip Rivers had both been on record saying, you know, we got to take time. Chris Ballard was saying that they needed to take at least a month to kind of think about it on both sides. And then a few days later, Philip Rivers retires out of the blue. Now, I found that kind of odd because really all the signals he'd given us throughout the season, and even right after the season, is that he felt good. He felt like he could still play starting quarterback at a high level, and he was looking forward to coming back at least one more year. Suddenly, he's out of there. Now, we can talk about that because actually Zach Kiefer and a couple other people have come out with some more reporting on that, indicating that maybe there was a reason Philip Rivers decided to retire. Maybe it had something to do with a conversation he had with the Colts. Maybe they told him they were going a different direction. We'll get to that in another podcast. In this one, let's talk about the elephant in the fucking room, right? Let's talk about the names that have been bandied about out there to play quarterback for the Colts in 2021, because the simple fact of the matter is, as it stands right now, the Colts, who have designs on playing for a Super Bowl next year, do not have a starting quarterback on the roster. Obviously, Matt Stafford is going to be traded this upcoming season, which of course we're all interested in Indianapolis because Matt Stafford was one of the hard targets that a whole lot of people thought would be perfect for us. And then here recently, it's in the ether, in the air, that Aaron Rodgers may become available. Now, between the two, assuming they both do, which one would be better off signing with the Colts? Which one would be better for the Colts, Aaron Rodgers or Matt Stafford? Question might not be as clear-cut as you thought, and we're going to dive into it really quickly. But before we do, let me just ask you right now, if you haven't already, I want you to take your finger and smash that fucking like button for me, because it will help YouTube to share our video and put it in front of more people like you, serious Colts fans who want the real shit, not the shield shit. And the more people who get this, who see our videos, hear our podcast, the more we can grow. The more we can grow, the more content we can make for people like yourself. So again, smash that like button right now. Make sure you share this video and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate every one of you, especially the people who have been supporting us with donations. It's free to hit the like button. It's free to watch our videos, and we appreciate that. But we particularly appreciate the people who take $20, $10, $5, even $1 and donate to us, because it helps us to create more content and better content for you. So big shout out to the people who have been watching, listening, and donating, particularly people like my homie Edsel Ferguson, who's donated multiple times. Appreciate you. Shout out to Edsel and everybody else who's donating. If you have donated to us, by the way, make sure you let us know in the comments so we can shout you out. If you want to support us and donate to us right now, you can see 3 different ways you can donate in the description below. Just press the button. Appreciate it. So now, anyway, let's get the fuck down to it, baby. That out of the way. Let's jump into this. Let's assume, for the sake of argument, that Aaron Rodgers becomes available. It's already been made official that the Detroit Lions are going to be looking to trade Matt Stafford for this upcoming season. Obviously, the Colts have been talked about as being one of the top destinations for him and one of the top teams that are most interested, for good reason. I happen to believe that, like a lot of other people, if they get Matt Stafford, they will become a contender, no doubt. But what about Aaron Rodgers? Because there's been some shit floating in the ether, in the air, that maybe Aaron Rodgers will become available. Now listen, I don't know that I completely buy that. I kind of think Green Bay would be crazy as fuck to let Aaron Rodgers go at this point, but I could see it happening. On the other hand, I could see reasons why both sides might decide to make a deal like that, especially if Green Bay is ready to move forward into the future and start their rebuilding with Jordan Love. I could see where they might want those draft picks, etc. But for the sake of argument, let's assume they're both available. Which one would be the better fit for the Colts in 2021? Which one should the Colts trade for, Aaron Rodgers or Matthew Stafford? Just assuming, again, that either one would be available. Look, I kind of teased this in the beginning, that this might seem like a simple choice, but actually I'm not so sure that it is, okay? Now, you've heard me say, I'm on record saying I think Aaron Rodgers is one of the best to ever do it, one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. And right now, he's playing the game better than I think any other quarterback except Patrick Mahomes. But this year in particular, I think the whole body of work, Aaron Rodgers has even outplayed Mahomes. And that's why I'm pretty certain he's going to be the MVP. That being said, would he be a better fit for the Colts in 2021 or Matthew Stafford? Well, look, without a doubt, if you took Aaron Rodgers and you dropped him onto the Colts team, on paper, they should go to the Super Bowl. Or the only people who would stop them from doing so would maybe be Kansas City, right, on paper. With Matt Stafford, maybe not as overwhelmingly, but they would still be Super Bowl contenders. But a lot of people would say, look, without a doubt, you want to go Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is definitely the better quarterback between Matt Stafford and Aaron. But here's what I would say about Aaron Rodgers. There was a video clip going around a couple of days ago of Patrick Mahomes giving a pep talk on the sideline to one of his guys, one of his receivers, who just fumbled the punt. Now, this is in the AFC Championship game, the game that determines who goes to the Super Bowl. This guy fumbles the punt, and the Buffalo Bills recover the punt at the 3-yard line, at the Chiefs' 3-yard line. And the next play, the Buffalo Bills score a touchdown and go up 9-0. Okay? Patrick Mahomes was on the sidelines talking to this guy saying, look, man, take that cover off your head. It's all good. We've been here. We're going to get this done. Just go out here and make a play. Now, here's what's interesting. That same guy caught a touchdown pass about a quarter later. Now, why do I bring this up? That's the kind of thing I've never seen Aaron Rodgers do, and I can't really see him doing. Now, Aaron Rodgers, I don't have to tell you, he's a cocky motherfucker. He's kind of arrogant, and I like that, to be honest with you. Not douchebaggy arrogant, but just extremely confident and self-assured. Cool, laid back. I actually really like the guy as a person. Here's the thing, though. I don't know if he is the kind of really emotional leader that I think the Colts team would feed off of most. This is one of the things that I know Phillip Rivers really brought to the locker room, and I heard multiple players talk about this unsolicited without anybody prompting them to. That kind of leadership, that kind of supportive leadership really makes a difference, especially with a team that has not been there yet, has not been to the championship game, has not been to the Super Bowl yet, is on the way, has got a lot of young players on it. That's the thing I'm not sure Aaron Rodgers would bring. The skill set, absolutely. But I don't know that he would bring that kind of leadership. And what I have seen is I have seen that kind of thing from Matt Stafford. So that's one of the reasons that I think Matt Stafford could possibly be the better choice for the Colts. All right? That may sound crazy. But here's the other reason. Matt Stafford is turning 33 in a few weeks. Aaron Rodgers is 37. So let's say you bring Aaron in, okay? Maybe you got 2 years at peak performance, all right? And then we got to start imagining that he's going to be declining if he isn't already. I mean, he's 37. So he'd be 39 in just 2 years. You with me? So maybe you get 2 great years out of him, but after that, you're right back in the same situation. Let's take Matthew Stafford. He's turning 33, okay? Okay, if you drop Matthew Stafford on this team, at just 33 years of old, you got to figure he's going to be able to give you at least 4 more years, okay, at playing at his prime. And if he could get a couple of years after that, then you might get 5-6 years out of Matthew. And why is that important? Here's why. Because the way this team is currently constructed, your window is in the next 3 to 5 years. You need to win a Super Bowl or 2 in the next 3 to 5 years because a lot of your core guys, okay, we just finished the 3rd year of Quentin Nelson, the 3rd year of the Maniac. Guys like Kari Willis, I think, just finished his 2nd year. But again, so in the next year or 2, you're going to have to start paying out the ass to keep some of these guys. You may not be able to keep some of the guys you want to keep. All right? This team is primed right now. You got Jonathan Taylor and Michael Pittman Jr. still in their rookie contract. They'll be coming into their 2nd year, so will Julian Blackmon. Kari Willis going into his 3rd year. Rock Ya-Sin will be going into his 3rd year, and we got to hope that the light will really come on for him. But again, Bobby Okereke going into his 3rd year, right? The Maniac going into his 4th year, Quentin in his 4th year. You get what I'm saying? This is the time right now where you've got your young guns coming into the prime, the core of your team coming into its prime. This is the time you got to strike while the iron is hot. And you would like to have a quarterback in place where you can make a run over the next 5 years without having to switch it up. That, again, would lean towards Stafford. Again, obviously, now here's the other thing. You're going to have to pay. Like, you could trade for Stafford and you got him for another year or another 2 or 3 years at about $21 million a year or less. You're going to have to pay, you're going to have to pay Aaron Rodgers $30 to $40 million per year. That makes a difference. Makes it hard to re-sign your other guys or bring in free agents. You with me? So, again, of the two, without a doubt, Aaron Rodgers is the better quarterback. I mean, he's God level, no doubt about it. There's nobody playing the position better in the game except Mahomes. And I'm not even sure that motherfucker's a human being. He may have came down here on a spaceship for all we know. That's the way he plays. So in terms of pure skill and performance, yes, Aaron Rodgers would be a better choice. But I think if you take everything into account, it may sound crazy, but I think Matthew Stafford could be a better fit because I think he might be a better leader in the locker room for this particular team. You'd be able to depend on having him longer, at least 4 to 5 years, playing at a high level. He's not going to cost you as much. I think he's going to be more coachable, to be honest with you, and he'll be hungrier to win. He's never even won a playoff game. I think maybe he went to the playoffs once, but I think he'll be more prone to be coachable, to listen to Frank Reich, to buy into a new system. I know he'll appreciate having an offensive line, a running game. I think pound for pound, as crazy as it might sound, if I could choose between the two, I think I'd go with Stafford. And I know there are going to be people who disagree. If you do, you know how I do it. Let me know in the comments. You see my point? Or you think I'm batshit crazy and they should go with Aaron Rodgers, even if they only get him for a year or two, That's the way to go. Let me know in the comments. As always, I appreciate you being here. So I'm going to sign off now, and I will be talking to you again soon in the next podcast when we continue to talk about how the Colts can win the Super Bowl in 2021. Appreciate you being here. To you, the listener, to all the Colts players, coaches, or front office people who might be listening or watching, because I know some of y'all do, I'm going to sign off the way I always do. Let's go out and win another fucking Lombardi, baby. Peace. And win another fucking Lombardi, baby. And win another fucking Lombardi, baby. And win another fucking Lombardi, baby.